yung language daw ba ay nagva-vary kung ano yung country na sinusupport natin?
From a training perspective, it does. And it's important that they understand that. By that, what I mean is you need to be able to determine what kind of word a particular culture is using.
Correct.
For example, if the customer is from the UK, there are some words used in the UK that are not used in the US, or they have counterparts. If the person is from APAC, definitely meron din mga words na ginagamit na kailangan mo maintindihan. When you're in chat support, which is non-voice, you have to be able to recognize the language of chat or acronyms, right? So we tried as much as possible to infuse that in our training design so that they're better prepared. But are they expected to speak like the region they're supporting? They're not. That's why we're gunning for neutral language, because we have gone global in our support.
Perfect. At saka hindi lang naman language yung importante doon. Importante rin na matutunan yung culture ng country na sinusupport mo para mas maging relatable ka, mas maging personal yung conversation mo with the client.
Kasi I have experience, I'm not taking calls, pero I have experience with a business stakeholder kasi siya from Europe. Europe is very straight to the point.
Correct.
Yung talagang walang mushy words. They don't intend to offend you, but us being a little sensitive, kasi ako
Emotional Filipinos.
Emotional, hindi naman ako maiyak doon. Medyo sensitive lang ako na parang with the please, kindly na mga words. Pero kasi Europe is blatant siya, diretso siya. So parang after that call, sabi ko, bakit ba ako na-offend? And then I come to realize, hindi, ganun talaga yung culture nila. So that way, I understood Europe more. So naging medyo smooth naman yung conversation
That's
natin.
right.
Ano yung mga sinusupport mo nun, Macroni, na client?
Mostly US and then Australian account. And APAC. But yeah, it was mentioned earlier. You don't have to sound like them. I believe they know that you're from a different country. They know that, they understand that you don't speak the language like your first language. So just don't be conscious about thinking too much of words to use, because again, you just be natural. Again, that's the goal of neutral accent training, and then you don't have to sound like them. And then the vocabulary, at least read words.
Read a lot.
Manood kayo ng US series kung US yung sinusupport nyo, you would learn.
Read a lot and read out loud.
Out loud.
Yes.
Out loud.
Tsaka yung tipong you don't really have to talk na super magaling ka, because sometimes too much words is very confusing. Maybe you can empathize with the client kasi they need help, that's why they're calling you, diba? So be human and empathize.
To save the handling time, you have to be concise and make sure to be direct to the point. Kasi yun din yung ayaw nila, yung mga beating around the bush, ng mga
small talks. Yes.
Especially Filipinos kasi we tend to speak faster whenever we're tense. Diba? Whenever parang hindi tayo sure doon, we would say a lot of things. And then ano nangyayari doon? And then sabi ko rin din sa mga newbies or yun dun sa mga wala pa sa call center, do not really focus on your accent too much. Okay? Focus on the construction, how to phrase things na mas understandable, mas easy na maintindihan ng kahit na sino, especially if you were working in a tech support. Kailangan dun mas detailed ka when it comes to your instruction. So you have to work on those.
I agree. I remember supporting a Singaporean person. Remember, the American accent doesn't work for those areas.
Correct.
Right? And then you have to really sound baroque,
Authentic talaga. No?
Right. Just make sure they understand you. I think that's what you were saying.
Yes.
Kumbaga, don't focus too much on your accent. Kung di ko naman naiintindihan, wala din, di ba? Walang point yung ginagawa.
You adjust on the pace of your caller. Kung yung caller mo old lady, you don't really have to sound like a New Yorker there. Okay? You sound like a Southern Texas
You would end
lady.
up repeating yourself.
Kung
Your goal is not really to look smart. Your
Or to
goal is to
impress
help
them.
them.
Impress.
Yes.
You're right.
no matter how good you are in speaking, they would still know na this is not an American person. Or, kasi may something talaga dun sa twang nila, the way they connect words and liaise things. And then yung mga slang nila, of course hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-slang ng mga informal dun sa calls, kasi mini-maintain pa rin ng company kasi you're representing the client,
Yes,
yung professionalism.
professionalism.
So kahit pa may mga shortcuts sila doon or meron sila doon mga words na gagamitin mo lang siya kapag nasa street, it's a street language, diba? Hindi mo siya pwedeng gawin. For example, may caller ako nun dati from 90210, so it's Beverly Hills, California. So normally yung mga tao doon, they're like very busy. So kailangan lang talaga nila should I pay my account or whatever, kailangan lang nila yes or no. Okay? So, mag-a-adjust ka na doon. Hindi mo na pwede sabihin na, okay, based on the... Iba kasi doon parang, I believe that...
Miss Universe yun.
Filipino are like that, diba? Parang marami tayong fillers.
Right. That's right.
I really do apologize.
They're over-apologizing.
Yeah.
Kasi we feel we're inferior.
Correct.
I think that affects calls more than anything else, any other factors, that we're inferior as a culture.
Yeah.
Yun din yung fears din nila na paano daw kapag very intimidating yung caller. How would you handle yung mga, hindi naman sa irate, pero like super techie, for example, or someone na hindi mo talaga pwedeng mapasunod. Someone na parang kinakain ka na ng buhay dun sa phone. How would you handle those? Ano yung mga tips ninyo for agents?
You have to pause. Kailangan mong don't take it personally kasi they're mad at the service, at the product that they got. They're not mad at you. You have to understand people are people. They have feelings, they get hurt, they get frustrated, they get emotional, right? And you don't have yung sinasabi natin na adjust tone. Yung adjust tone, kumbaga sabayan natin yung nila, yung level ng nila in an empathetic way.
Yeah.
Hindi yung parang sabayan mo rin ang galit mo.
Correct.
Yung iba we see agents kasi rin na nag-mute na, tapos nagalit na rin, na-frustrate na rin, naghanap na rin ng kung ano-ano.
Have you seen the PLDT scandal?
No.
The way the agent handled it, kasi nga di ba nag-curse yung caller because of the PLDT service, and then parang she cursed back. So that call was like very very wrong, yung call handling nun super. Isa yun sa mga example, tsaka yung kamaka breaker. Di ba yung pinapaspell out.
Yes.
So parang hindi ka
And the Citibank too, right?
The Citibank. I think it's like a prank call or whatever.